Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Balkanma here. Now today I decided to do kind of maybe, I hope so, a short video of how to find a goat in the Echo game. Now a lot of videos and of course a lot of Reddit forums and even in the wiki page of the game you can see that, for example, the goat, you can find it in the rainforest in the lower levels, if I'm not mistaken. Now, if I have to be completely honest, I've never looked for rainforest, but and what I'm going to share with you, it's not like an ultimatum, unique guide where you can consistently find it. Well, I'm just sharing my own from my own experience and what consistently have worked for me. Now, this is a map that I've started back in January this year. So initially I started to look for copper. Well, I ended up finding gold. Now I'm gonna show you something first. Now, and to start with the regions, as you can see, this is a cold forest biome, and I tried to head to, Boreal Forest biome. Now, in this map, I didn't find any copper, but as I said, it's gold. And what I mean by consistent, I will share with you another map that I started most recently, and to be more specific, back in 25th of December, maybe it was last week actually, in fact. And the same thing worked for me. Now, just excuse me until I manage to find my hole here where I managed to find the copper, not the copper, the gold, sorry. So yes, I think this was my hole. As I said, my initial plan was to look for any copper, but I didn't find any. Now, when I enter, sorry, as I said, this is my own experience here. When I enter, this is Y33, yes. So I decided to look for copper. Well, I ended up finding gold. As you can see, it's a big, massive hole here. And as you can see, this is the between Boreal Forest biome and the Tundra. So between these two, I managed to find gold. And in my most recent map, I will show you that it's pretty much the same. As you can see, the vein started from about Y35 and it stretches up to level, shall we say, Y59. And again, this is between the Boreal Forest biome and the Tundra. Now, just to show you what the map kind of looks like, so you won't think it's the same map that I'm playing for my most recent map and this one. My experiment here was just to show that no update has caused any changes in the spawn generation of these the gold ore. And now I'm gonna load my most recent map to show you that I pretty much managed to find gold there. So this is my most recent map where I started playing with a friend of mine, and this is the map. As you can see, let me just remove this. As you can see, it's slightly different from the first one. Again, it's just to show you that it's a different map. So basically this is our spawn here, and we decided to look for copper, which we managed to find. I put even markers just to ease myself. As per usual, you can find a lot of topics in Reddit, even in forums, even in other YouTube videos where they very nicely show where you can find the most specific words. Again, this is my experience, what I managed to find so far. Now, this is the Boreal Forest where I managed to find copper, but as you can see, in my case, it's kind of in between the Boreal Forest and if I'm not mistaken, this should be the cold forest biome. Exactly. This is where I managed to find copper. Now, in most topics you can find that. You can find it. It's usually in Boreal Forest, but again, I'm not gonna distract everyone. This is solely about gold. Now, let's go back to the Boreal one. Okay. As you can see, a lot of copper. Now, why I decided to dig here and how I actually managed to find gold here? Well, I went back to my initial map where I showed you where I found gold, and decided to look where, in which biome I managed to do that, and you know, at which level. So as you can see, this is about Y43, and this is the biome, you know, as I said, between Boreal Forest and Tundra. This is where I managed to find gold. Again, the similar situation is in my initial map where I showed you where I found gold there. And again, these are the levels. It stretches a little bit down there, but if I start to dig up, maybe I will manage to find up there. Now, something that a lot of threads and videos suggest, and they're completely right about, is that you can find gold in between granite blocks, and which is true, as you can see. Now it depends whether it will be easier for you to find in the rainforest, where I don't have a lot of experience, as I've said, but again, between these two regions, Tundra and Boreal Forest biomes, and in between the levels of, as you can see, 37, and in this case it will be between 45. Now in between these levels, in my most recent map, I managed to find gold. As you've seen in my initial map, the situation was pretty much similar. Now for me, this is kind of consistent, but it's hard to say that it's very, very consistent, because I need to play a lot more maps and experiment a little bit more. But for me, that works. So I hope this really helps you guys, and feel free to share your experience or your opinion, what works easily for you. And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.